Hi there, beautiful souls watching. Thank you and welcome. I'm Gabrielle, retired medium in Germany, and I like to share some of my otherworldly experiences and insights. So this one is about another guest appearing in my physical mediumship group. Saint Germain. So I have a physical training group for working and playing and experimenting with the psychic senses, not that far away from where I live. And just recently we had another meeting, and there was a new member coming and participating. Seemingly, maybe the new members bring some new guests with them. I don't know. But maybe it's also because I can feel it kind of in the air. Everything is amping up energetically and frequency-wise. So we had this group meeting, and it was all fine and wonderful, and we did together our meditation, which is also on my YouTube channel, Discovering Inner Peace, a little bit of a misleading title. That was not me doing that. That was the CEO man who wanted to improve my channel, although I had not asked for it, but I tried it as a test. Okay. It is really kind of my own title for that meditation was How to Go Inside, meaning how to go inside your heart, soul space, where there is this kind of secret, sacred space where the soul is connected with the microcosm we all live in. We are more than this body. So we did that, and I think it's a very good idea because everybody is doing something on his own or her own. Going inside, becoming calm, entering the sacred space, and there you can get everything you want or you need. You can ask a question there, you can ask for advice, or just take in the good energy and recharge your batteries. You can even ask for healing there. And as spirit world has a wonderful mechanism to protect itself against abuse, the ones not yet ready or of not yet the right attitude, they just cannot enter there, or if they think they enter, there is nothing there for them. So the light is kind of defending without fighting. The light does not need to fight. These people are just going around in circles with their own ego because they're missing and lacking humbleness to enter that sacred space, like our ancient forefathers entered the temples they built exactly like our heart, with a 4-chamber, a 4-room, and the main chamber, which was called the Holy of Holies. The old temple in Jerusalem was exactly built like that. So it is no coincidence that the temples are built like our bodies are built, and our inner organ, the heart, which is more than just a pump for the blood, is built, because that's the point where in our microcosm, which is a circle, and the person kind of like a cross in the circle, the middle point is where the spirit energy meets the material energy. So that is where your heart is, and there's the connection, because this point is in Rosicrucian tradition, kind of decorated with a rose and the mystical meaning of the rose. So if you go there, you can experience something if you come with the right attitude and the right frequency. And the ones who cannot yet enter there, okay, That's it, maybe for now or for today. If they change, they are always welcome in the space of their soul. So we were sitting in the group, everybody came back from that guided meditation, and if someone does not get the message he got there by hearing or seeing something or getting shown something like a gesture or whatever, well, then I help because I'm a little bit more trained in understanding the symbolic language that the soul uses, because a soul does not speak in words or ideas, it speaks in images. And well, after we were all through with our perceptions and talking about that and kind of translating what it meant for everyone, I suddenly felt in the middle of our circle a presence. So I closed my eyes again and had a look with my inner eye, and the kind of figure I could perceive was a very tall man, male energy, looked a little bit like a wizard, had a very long robe, and he was kind of holding a wand, really, like a wand, like from Harry Potter, in his hand. And he was going around in circles like a dancing dervish from the Sufi tradition. And with his wand, he was touching the members of the group. So he was touching the new member on the forehead, the third eye, another one on another region or location of the body, and the second kind of new member, which had, well, how to call that, which had brought more or less the experience with Metatron, because she already knew Metatron and worked with him, or he with her. She was touched by his robe in the swirling circle movement this figure was doing on her legs. And I was also touched in my third eye region by the wand. And I opened my eyes again and asked the others, do you feel a presence here in the middle of our circle? Well, they weren't quite sure. Some had an idea or a kind of perception and feeling. And that was so interesting, because the one who was touched on her legs by the robe, she said, well, that's interesting, because since a while I have pain in my legs, and as I have a dog, it's not so funny any longer walking the dog when your leg is hurting. And after the touch of the robe of that figure, she said, wow, my leg pain is gone. And I knew from a little forward talk I had with the new member that he was interested in seeing and perceiving more, or maybe opening up the third eye and things like that. And well, I said, well, my perception is that it is Saint Germain, the Ascended Master Saint Germain. And in the first, kind of seconds, I had to overcome my own prejudice, because, well, how to put that? I'm kind of stubborn. I want to confirm my knowledge via experience. Like in evidential mediumship, that's kind of the proof. So it's very difficult to get proof about an angel or an ascended master or a fae, a fairy. That's why the English tradition sticks with the deceased ones. You can describe them, you get their special traits, like grandma always talked like that and always wore these kind of clothes and things like that. So I said, well, my impression is that it's Saint Germain. And I never trusted that guy before, same as with Metatron, because I came across a few channelings from other people on YouTube who channeled Metatron, and when I sensed into that, that to me was not Metatron, it was pure mental energy and felt more like AI. And as I know that there is a lot of mimicking and false channelings, and that the other kind of counterforce likes to mimic and distort and confuse by just using the names and trying to mimic the character and then give through messages via some channelers. Well, that's just their way, you know. It's like Roswell. Something crashed down, and next day suddenly it was swamp gas, or now that time it was a balloon. So whenever some truth comes out, right after that there comes the debunking and the confusion, and he said, she said stuff, or denying. And so I already know that it's always the same screen book. And I had my problems with Metatron, but I know that, well, if he shows proof, then I'm ready to apologize, and then everything is okay. I did that with Metatron, and I had to do the same thing with Saint Germain, whom I did not trust really, because I also heard some channelings from people that claimed to channel Saint Germain, the Ascended Master, and I also don't like the titles, because only people, person, and egos, they love titles. I know that the angels don't give anything about kind of these titles and our human projected hierarchies with this one is very high up and above and below. They're just doing their job regarding their best abilities and their special talents. So to them it's not work, they love what they do, and that's why they do it. And well, I also am very interested in remote viewing, and I tried that out as well, and I listened to some remote viewers. And I came across a remote viewing of Saint Germain where they more or less located him in some kind of underground, like in a cave surrounding an underground housing or area where he was. And they propagated more or less the idea that he is not an ascended master, but something or someone else. And their idea was that it's kind of a vampire just playing a character of an ascended master. But as Saint Germain clearly showed and proved to me in our group meeting by his actions and deeds that he is real and that he was positive, because that young woman felt the touch of his robe, and after that, exactly after that, her leg pain was gone. So he was healing her. And I'm sure he did something to the others as well. And I feel by his touch on my third eye also some kind of amped up, which I can't really grab and put my finger onto. But, well, that's why I'm making this video. I have to, although today I did not have that on my list, neither did I had enough time to do a video, but like a heavenly synchronicity, the client that was appointed to me today, this evening, did just not show up. neither canceling nor saying anything or giving a note. So I'm free, and I thought, wow, so that's a sign I have to do that video and speak about Saint Germain. The funny thing is also that years and years ago I went to another channeler. I was still seeking, and I went here and there, and it wasn't so far from where I live, and it was physical, not virtual, via YouTube or computer and video. So that woman was said to channel Saint Germain, and I wanted to have a look and experience that. So I went there, and there was quite a good audience, a lot of people, maybe 30 or 40 people assisting and filling the room. And this woman, when she went into channeling, even had a strange accent, sounding a little bit like French, and her voice was changed as well. So that was interesting, and I thought by myself, there might be something to it, because to pretend that for nearly 1 hour channeling and follow through with a strange accent and things like that, that's quite a challenge for an ego mimicking or something like that. And in the end, she called everyone from the public, from the auditorium, from the people in the group to come to her chair in the middle, and everybody got a little tea light candle, and she was telling one after the other to which ray he belonged, because the colors of our chakra system, the 7 rainbow colors, all are guided by different higher consciousness beings, like ascended masters, for example. And the violet ray is the 3rd eye, or the crown chakra. Depends on how you see it. There are some different opinions out about that. I had to learn lately that when I close my eyes, I also often see just violet color. And it's more this reddish violet, and I thought it's the 3rd eye, but it is not, because if you think of the 8th chakra, which is 1 hand above your head, invisible, an energy wheel which connects with the cosmic or universal consciousness, that is like in the physics experiment, split a ray of white light through a prism, and then you get the 7 rainbow colors of the 7 chakras. So the white light is coming in, makes sense to me now, through this 8th chakra above our head, and the first split is the violet ray in the crown chakra. And this lady channeling Saint Germain gave me this little tea light candle and told me, you belong to the violet ray, and the 2 guiding this violet ray are Master Saint Germain and Kwan Yin. And well, I went away with that and didn't know what to do with that, because it was kind of an information before I was ready. It was not yet my time, but now it starts making sense. Because Kwan Yin, I already told you that she was the only one appearing kind of astrally in her light body form or her etheric body in front of me once in Brazil, showing up, telling me her name and telling me that she is one of my spirit guides and that I can call upon her every time. And she's got more the rosy color, more a pinkish, not that much of a violet. And as she is representing the feminine pole, I felt more attracted to her because what I needed in that phase of my life was more the feminine energy. That's why when I listen to others channeling Saint Germain, who is really very male and masculine in energy, and some of the channelers bring a bit of that through, that wasn't attractive to me, and I really didn't like it, and I did not feel good for me because it wasn't just the right time and I was not ready for that. So I dealt with Kwan Yin up to now, but just a few days ago, Saint Germain showed up, proved that he's of the light by his deeds, healing in my circle, and providing some more opening of the third eye chakra and amping up energy. So, okay, let's see what will come from that. I'm very curious now, and I, of course, apologize because I had disrespected him before and denied kind of his access to me. And he did the same like Metatron, you know. He just did like that. Okay, forgotten. Let's carry on. Here we are. Here we go. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. And as I can sense the general amping up of frequency and energy, especially now with some high-class X-flare, sun flares coming directly towards Earth, I think something is going to happen. I have this feeling since a while, and maybe that will start the so-called first wave of ascension, who knows. What we will experience in the next time, I think tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, one of these flares will hit directly into the Atlantic Ocean and will touch South America and Africa, and maybe a bit of Europe, who knows. Well, the usual suspects always say, oh, that can bring earthquakes and geomagnetic storms that will break electricity systems and malfunction in computer and cellular and things like that, and maybe even some floodings and things like that. We will see, but as the animals, the whales and the birds navigate via geomagnetic lines on our wonderful blue planet Earth, Mother Gaia, I think, like others also already told publicly in videos, these changes in geomagnetic frequency have a very high impact onto our nervous system, and via that also onto our psychic perception. So suddenly maybe we might see some things or beings that we did not see before. I'm kind of used to that because I train that since 14 years now. So I'm very curious what will happen. So I leave you with that. Thank you very much for watching, and blessings, love and light onto your soul path. Dear beautiful souls. Bye.